your girl Casey Pat. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in today's video, just like you're seeing in the thumbnail, I'll be showing you how to cut this runched Ankara high-low gown. If this is what you would love to learn, please do well to stay glued to the channel. So I'm working with 2 yards, 2.5, yeah, something like that for this particular fabric, but I will be introducing another fabric which would be just 1 yard, and that would be making this about 3.5. But if you want more fullness, I'll advise that you work with 4 yards of fabric and even a net if possible. It depends on how full you want the lower part to be, right? You can even attach a like hard net underneath to make it stand the way you will see it in the thumbnail. But for tutorial sake, I'll just be showing you how to go about this, and I hope this video would be helpful to whoever seeing this, right? So I folded this fabric into 2, and I'm just going to take the full length that would be needing. I'll do well to explain everything in details because I'm not really used to like marking the chalk so pronounced. I don't really like lots of chalk markings on my outfit, so I will try as much as possible to explain this so that everyone would understand, whether beginner, intermediates, whichever coming across this video. So I've subtracted 5 inches from this measurement and I've marked my half length, which I'm assuming to be 16, and I would also go lower by 1 inch because this is going to be runched, so it means that your measurement will reduce at some point. And I've also marked that to be 17. And remember, I subtracted 5 inches because this is an off-shoulder gown, off-shoulder gown, and I marked the length of the base that we are working with, which I marked to be 24. You can use 23, 22 depending on how low you want it, but I marked 24. The next thing I'm doing right now is to put in my circumferential measurement, and after putting in the circumferential measurement, I'm adding just 4 inches additional for the runched part of this dress. Please, if you want yours to be pronounced, your runched part of this dress to be really pronounced, you can go with as much as 6 inches to 8 inches. Is clearly your choice as to the quantity, but because like I said, this is just for tutorial purposes, I'm not really like, even I might not necessarily wear the dress. I am just working with 4 inches for this runched part. Remember, it's on fold, so it means that when I open it up, on one side we are going to have 8 inches, and on the other side of this dress we are also going to have 8 inches. Hope that makes sense. So if you're going with 6 inches or 8 inches while on fold, it means that on each part for the front, when you open it, you'll be having 16 inches, and on the other part 16 inches. So when you runch your dress, you're going to have like a really fluffy kind of upper part or runched area, right? So me working with 4 inches doesn't mean that this is not gonna work. It's still gonna work. And I have also done a tutorial earlier on how to properly runch your dress, so if you've not come across that tutorial, I would do well to drop the tutorial in the link in the description box so that you would know how to go about runching your outfit properly. I made a step-by-step tutorial on how to do that. So the next thing I'm just doing is to also use this same pattern to cut the back. Remember, there is no zip on this outfit, right? It is runched, and it means that it is elastic and can fit very easily, right? So I'm just going to cut this out. The measurement that I used here is my bust and my waist. In fact, I didn't measure my waist. Whatever I used on my bust, which is the bigger part of my upper part, is also what I put, the measurement I also put on my waist part. So it means that if I want to wear this dress from up, it would fit in very easily. And yeah, hope you get that. So if I want to wear it from up, I will not find it difficult putting it through my head down, right? So all you have to do at this point is just to keep this aside, and that's the part that will be runched. Next thing I'm going to cut is the sleeve that you're seeing on the thumbnail. The sleeve I didn't measure, but remember I had subtracted 5 inches from my upper part, and I also went ahead to remove 1 inch. That means at the end of the day I'm just working with 6 inches subtraction on the upper part, right? So now that I have this folded, the length that we are working with is 6 inches, and that's because I'm going to be folding this, right? So if I fold this on the 2 ends, it means that I'll be reducing this to 4 inches, right, as the length of the sleeve that we are working with. Sorry, the width, not the length. Now for the length that we are working with, I'm working with like double of the actual length of the sleeve, which by right the length of the sleeve that we're working with is 12, but I had to double. Remember, this is on fold, so it means that when I cut this out, I'll be having about 24 inches. And because you're also going to be runching this, obviously you should at least double the measurement. In my own case, I didn't necessarily runch, I just added elastic there on the sleeve, and that was okay for me. But just looking at the thumbnail that you have, it was actually runched, so you can decide to runch yours. I hope my explanation makes sense. I'll keep that aside. I'll be cutting 2 pieces of that, obviously, for one side and for the 2 sides. And the next thing I'm just going to do right now, like I said, at this point I actually reduced 1 inch, so that it would mean that what we are subtracting from the upper part of our dress is 6 inches. When I fold this, I actually want it not to be so like not to be high on my neck part. In fact, the thumbnail that you're seeing, you can subtract as much as 7 inches, right? So that when you fold it, you'll be having around 7.5, and it would the cursor, your upper cursor, or your upper bodies would the bust area might slightly, if you want it to slightly show, that's okay. So that's what I reduced there. Actually, the next thing I'm just going to do is to equalize this fabric, right? Equalize your fabric, because you'll be cutting this out. So after equalizing it, I'm just going to be folding this into 2. Remember, I had mentioned that we are working with this particular fabric is just 2 1/4, or let's say 2 1/2, is almost 2 1/2, right? So that's what this fabric is given. So that 2 1/2 right here, we're going to divide the fabric. After folding in this way, you just watch what I'm doing. I think what I'm doing here is well explained. I would trim off the excess, because you will need to have this equal, right? I'll trim off the excess, and by the time I'm done doing that, I would fold this fabric into the other way again. I'll also fold it the other way, so that it will be that lengthwise we have our fabric is by 45, but when I fold it the other way, making like 4 pieces, it means that our fabric will be 22.5, right? I hope my explanation is well understood. So the next thing I'm just going to do at this point is to slash our fabric into 2, right? I'll just slash it into 2, and that will be all for this. By the time I'm done doing this, the next thing we're going to do is to go over to our sewing machine and run it. I'm going to introduce another fabric, but I will explain how you're going to do that. That's if you want to work with multiple fabrics, right? I'll explain how you're going to join in, so that you would have one coming to this side and the other coming to this side. Now that we are done cutting this, the next thing we're going to do is just to go over to the sewing machine and join all of these pieces together. So in case you don't know how to runch your dress, this is what your elastic thread looks like. Can you see that? All you have to do is just to roll your elastic thread over your reeler, right? Just take your time. I prefer that you use hand to do this, because if you use machine, it's going to be very tight, right? So when you're trying to sew it, it's not going to give you that free tight kind of stitch that you're meant to have, right? So I've gone ahead to runch this part, our upper part. I did for both the front and I also did for the back. Please, if you're a beginner and you're not very conversant with lines, you can decide to just mark out your lines where you want the runch the lines of the elastic to stay. But I didn't have to do that in my case because I'm already used to runching outfits. So yeah, the next thing to do right now after runching it is to introduce the lower part of your fabric. At this point I was explaining, place your fabric front parts to front part and then run down a stitch straight down. I hope that's well understood, because we are combining fabrics, we'll be pinning down the fabric that we want to stay at the center, at the side, and also at the back, stuff like that. That's the way I want to do this thing. Like I said, if possible, work with 3 to 4 yards of fabric so that you have a good effect. Now this is the fabric that I am attaching. This is the fabric I had remained from what I'm wearing, obviously. So this is just 1 yard, and I also divided it the way I divided the initial fabric, and I'm just going to be joining this on one side of this part and also using the remaining part of the piece to join on the other side of the other part, right? That's exactly what I would be doing. And after joining that, I would do well to after joining that, I will also introduce the last part of the main fabric, the main piece that we are working with. I would introduce that and would also be joining that. But please take note of the way you're joining it, because at the end of the day, we want all of these fabrics that would, like the Ankara that we introduced, that we are joining, we want it to be by the side, while the main piece would be in front and at the back. So before running the gather stitch on the main fabric, this is what your sleeve should look like. You should either use elastic or also use the rubber thread. All you have to do at this point is to attach the sleeve to the main fabric, and at the end of the day, this is what your result should look like after joining it. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you all in my next video. Okay, bye.